سلام بچه‌ها، حالتون چطور؟ امیدوارم که حالتون خوب باشه. با چنل آموزش زبان انگلیسی در خدمتتون هستیم. این چنل 504 لغات ضروری انگلیسی رو با همراه فیلم بهتون آموزش میده و شما بعد از دیدن هر فیلمی که مربوط به 504 هستش میتونید اونها رو تکرار بکنید و بعد از تکرار میتونید از خودتون آزمون بگیرید و مطمئن میشید که کل لغات 504 رو با تلفظ و لهجه صحیح یاد گرفتید و همه رو حفظ شدید. فقط کافیه که در روز 10 تا 15 دقیقه وقت بذارید تا بتونید ازش استفاده کنید. علاوه بر این که فیلم های 504 رو بهتون آموزش میدیم، لغات 504 رو بهتون آموزش میدیم، کلی لغات هم خانواده و هم گروه و شبیه هم رو هم بهتون آموزش میدیم و در کنارش گرامر زبان انگلیسی رو به صورت ساده و با زبان فارسی از 0 تا به حالتهای پیشرفتش بهتون میگیم و تمامی آموزش ها به همراه فیلم ها هستش که تیکه های مختلفی از فیلم ها رو براتون توی فایلی قرار میدم و بهتون اون فیلم ها رو نمایش میدم تا اینکه با استفاده از فیلم ها و گرامر هایی که توضیح داده شده، با استفاده از فیلم ها و لغاتی که گفته شده به صورت کامل با لهجه و تلفظ صحیح همه اونها رو یاد بگیرید. پس برای اینکه بتونید از تمامی فیلم های این چنل استفاده بکنید، این چنل منگوله رو حتما فشار بدید که فیلمی که براتون بارگذاری میشه سریع ازش اطلاع پیدا بکنید، لایک و کامنت یادتون نره و چنل رو به دوستای مختلفتون معرفی بکنید تا اینکه همه ازش استفاده بکنن. خب دیگه بیشتر از این صحبت نمی کنم، بریم سراغ این ویدیوی آموزشیمون.
Exaggerate, 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 exaggerate.
My analyst says I exaggerate my childhood memories, but I swear I was brought up underneath the roller coaster in the Coney Island section of Brooklyn.
The film did not exaggerate.
I hope for our sake they exaggerate.
How they exaggerate all this. The soldiers.
Prone to exaggerate the size of the cat.
Amateur, 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 amateur.
Cause of death was truly, solely suicide, and you are guilty of nothing but some damage to the trellis and a few amateur theatrics.
Eudora Fletcher is an amateur pilot, and the afternoon is spent relaxing and retelling old flying experiences.
It was an amateur ship.
Even a reasonably good amateur would know it was mathematically the best hand.
There were 37 amateur fire brigades.
Mediocre, 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 mediocre.
My career has been mediocre, while your career has skyrocketed to the top.
I was just an average guy from an average place with mediocre aspirations.
The situation grows worse when she meets Luis Martinez, a mediocre and cowardly bullfighter with whom she falls in love.
I've seen some of the most mediocre dumbass chicks, but with the right guy, get very far.
There's nothing mediocre about Debbie Klein.
Variety, 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 variety.
But to really express myself in a variety of ways.
Should I discover a lapse of any variety during my absence, I promise swift and merciless justice will descend upon you.
I worked for a variety of sirs.
The efficiency and variety of our light industrial installations are a joy to behold.
Okay, what we've got in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York is a number of gay men who've been hit with a variety of opportunistic infections, and really that's all we
ballad, 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 ballad.
No marriage other than a Christian marriage is considered valid.
Trace is confirmed and valid.
So without hooks, the conviction wouldn't be valid.
Do you honestly think that is a valid statement?
Finding a valid receipt for a faulty domestic appliance.
Survive, 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 survive.
She will not long survive the evil that now spreads from Mordor.
What if he doesn't survive?
After so long, I know I must learn to survive on my own and accept you will not return.
But my natural instinct is to survive.
And I fear that it will not survive the winter.
Weird, 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 weird.
I'll explain when I get home, and if anything weird happens, you call me right away.
That sounds weird. No.
You're imitating the God-Man. It's weird.
He was one of those guys that had that weird light around him.
I liked her because she was weird.
Prominent, 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 prominent.
But it afforded Owen the opportunity to join a new faction in a prominent role.
The Jews have become far too prominent in many aspects of German life.
Bill Kern's sports show. His wife Seal adored a very prominent ventriloquist. And this always used to drive Abe crazy.
The constellation of Virgo is very prominent in the sky right now, in Scotland.
More prominent than other memories have been up on the screen.
Security, security, security.
In China, Lao Security Investment stands for Dynamic New Growth.
The office was closed and security tightened.
So, what about security?
Can you get us in past security?
I just worked the door. I'm just security.
Bulky, 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 bulky.
Who's kind of bulky?
Will it make her bulky? Ron.
They'll be pretty bulky, but we only need to wear them when the powder's out in the open.
It's bulky, but I consider it carry-on.
Well, it is too bulky.
Reluctant, 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 reluctant.
Since you are reluctant to provide us with the location of the rebel base.
And you yourself seem reluctant to see him hanged.
From the beginning, you seem so reluctant. But I'm reluctant to fish around and cause problems for everybody.
Everything's taken care of, but I'm reluctant to talk on the phone.
Obvious, 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 obvious.
Sir?
Well, it's obvious this fellow Williams is impressed with you.
For obvious reasons, I couldn't wait for your permission.
Keaton was the real prize for them, for obvious reasons.
Even if it's obvious what the words mean.
Once you know, it's actually very obvious.
از اینکه تا پایان این ویدیوی آموزشی هم منو همراهی کردین خیلی ازتون ممنونم. ساب، لایک، کامنت یادتون نره و چنلم رو به دوستاتون معرفی کنید. تا ویدیوی آموزشی بعدی، خداحافظ.